right, homie.
Yeah, here we go, bro.
I think we're back.
Yeah, man.
We did it.
Fuck yeah.
We're going for episode 3.
Hey, you know why we're doing 2 episodes this week?
Tell me.
You think you can guess?
Is it because I'm leaving?
You're leaving. Where are you going?
I thought you knew that.
Get out of here. Where are you going?
Well, maybe not. It's not soon, but I am leaving at the end of December.
For what?
Just a little small, like mini vacay.
How long?
5 days
5 days? Okay. With
the
Yeah.
wifey. Yeah,
where are you going?
we're gonna go to Paris.
Paris. Wow. What are you guys gonna do in Paris?
Jiu-jitsu. Well, no. There was a guy who used to work out here. His name is Ben.
Mm.
Black belt now. He lives in Paris, so we became close friends. We vacationed with them, kind of like we did another vacation with them, and now we're going to see them in Paris.
I feel like Jen must love Paris, man.
Oh my gosh,
It's like a very fashion, hub.
Oh yeah, and the jiu-jitsu there is super cheap.
I hear, man.
Excessively
like
cheap.
$200 a year or something, right?
Literally.
Is it because it's somehow sponsored by the government? Not sponsored, but you know what I mean. Like
I do, yeah.
Like the government helps it out somehow.
Yeah, somehow. It's like.
That doesn't even make sense.
I don't even know. Like, what does that even mean? It's like they're not paying the schools. They're not giving them any funding.
It has to.
Do you think so?
I mean, how are you gonna run a business when you're because, dude, how can you pay your rent?
I have no idea. Or maybe
It's
that's
impossible.
what it is. Maybe they subsidize some
the judo school in the NDG that Manny used to go to.
Yes.
That's how it works for them.
Yeah, he told me that.
They're
too.
subsidized. So for them, it was like $600 a year.
That's wild.
Which is,
man.
it's still more than fucking $200 in France. But
dude, some gyms in the US is like 250 USD like a month.
A month, yeah.
Even like
US
Ottawa,
brutal,
it's like
dude.
super expensive.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Hey man, how do you feel about the white belt questions that we put out there?
They're good.
Like we got some good feedback. We got some good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. We got some good ones.
Hey man, secretly I have an agenda today.
Yeah. Tell me.
Like
wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
Hmm.
I want to go back to the Paris thing.
All right.
Did you ever go to Paris?
Have I ever been there? Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I mean, I've been.
Yes.
It was cool. It's like very like ornate and shit, right?
Ornate?
Yeah, like every corner of a bridge has like a fucking statue, you know?
Yeah.
Like
dude,
like
all kinds of monuments. That's the word, ornate.
Ornate, yeah, I think so.
That's a good word.
When a thing is ornate, it means like it's like decorated, right?
Wow, that's the perfect word.
Yeah, ornate.
It's freaking epic.
I hope
bro.
so.
It's ornate. If it isn't,
if I'm wrong, dude, I'm wrong in front of a bunch of people too.
It's all right. We're good.
Yeah.
But it is super ornate.
Yeah, it's super ornate. Fucking everything is ornate.
Dude, it's wild over there. It's like every time you turn the corner, it's like some crazy
I wonder if they still build shit that like now, you know? Like if they have like, hey, this is Paris. If you build anything new here, it's got to be in this style so that we keep the
vibe,
the city what it is, you know?
I don't know, man. But it's kind of like last time the last time that I went was also to visit Benoit, my good friend. And honestly, every other time, if I'm being really honest and like I'm sorry, but every other time I did not have a good time there.
Really?
Like, I almost borderline can say I hated it.
Really?
And it was because like I would be there and in my head I'm like doing touristy things. I was like, yo, I hate this. Standing in line with like 1,000 other people.
That's the worst.
Like it was the worst, dude. Like visiting things that like I don't have culture, bro. I realize that. I'm not cultured. I don't want to go see the Eiffel Tower.
It's either
I don't care. I really don't. It's wild.
It's either traveling when you're really poor, really awesome, right? Because you're just walking around the city. You can't afford to do anything else. You're forced to walk around and just talk to people and fucking eat off the street food, you know?
Yes.
Traveling rich, also super awesome. Because you're getting the best of everything. No lines, no nothing, fucking fancy hotels, fancy restaurant. Traveling middle class, dude, you're doing all the boring ass tourist shit, waiting in lines.
You nailed it. Bro, you nailed it. That is exactly the experience.
Yeah.
You're right. Bro, I was in the Louvre, and again, I know people are going to think like I am actually, like, I'm not cultured. Dude, I literally at one point just put my head down and I was like, when am I going to get out of here? They showed me the Mona Lisa. The disappointment that I felt when I saw that.
You know, man, I think a lot of people just go there. Like, if you don't know art and you don't know the history of art, you know what I mean? What are you gonna get from going there? Just go to any fucking museum in Montreal. You're gonna have the same experience. You don't really understand what you're looking at.
It could be.
You know
They
what I
could tell
mean?
me anything. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is at one point, yes. You know, like if you don't have an appreciation for the backstory and all that. Anyways,
Yeah.
all that to say that I had terrible times every other time.
Yeah.
But then I went to go see Benoit
Yeah.
and hang out with him and like live a day. Well, I was there for like 3-4 days that time. Live days in his life.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, this is freaking amazing. Like this city is amazing.
Mm.
You know, like he filled my heart with joy and he filled my belly with food. Like it was freaking dope. I got to see everything that I wanted to see. Like that was kind of low key, just vibes, sitting in a park, having a coffee, enjoying conversation. I just had so much fun. And anyway, so hoping to recreate that.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see.
All right, but that's like I didn't know you're leaving.
Yes.
All right,
Right. That's my version of
Yeah,
why
yeah,
we're
yeah.
missing,
Yeah, yeah.
why we got to do 2 this
Yeah.
week. What's your story?
I'm fucking leaving too.
Oh my God. Are you going to Paris?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to Barbados.
Barbados.
Yeah.
Did you book your ticket?
Today, bro.
That's pretty dope. When?
18th to the 30th. I'm going for 12 days, so the 18th to the 30th.
Dude, we're overlapping, but that's gonna be crazy.
Really? Why?
Well, I'm gone from like the 26th to the first to the 2nd.
Oh, you're missing a Friday.
Yeah, like you.
No, I'm not missing a
What do
Friday.
you mean, bro? You're gone from the 18th
Oh,
to
yeah.
the 30th.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 12 days. That doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. But I'm coming back on a Thursday.
Epic. So in a weird way, we might be missing 2 Fridays.
I think we need to
We,
do a couple more of
I
these.
think we need to beep the dates out of this. What if we get robbed? You know, our followers are kind of.
What do you mean, Rob? Oh, from our well, they don't know where we live.
Right. That's a good point, Max.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Nice. Strategic.
I always found that funny.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to Barbados.
Man, that's dope.
They got a jiu-jitsu place there. They're only open 3 days a week.
That's the way it should be.
How chill is that?
Yeah.
But like, also, they have nothing to do there, right? It's a small ass island. You can't open fucking 7 days a week. That's got to be some like island culture type of thing, right?
I mean, my bigger question is first, before I'm gonna backtrack, why did you choose Barbados?
I'll tell you why.
Because this decision.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because I looked at the map, and the islands are like this, right?
Yes.
They're like, let's say, close to the states,
Yes.
and then they kind of do a crescent and they get further from the states. So in my mind, I was like, well, I don't want to go to the ones that are close to the states because I don't want it to be too much like
America.
like America.
Yeah.
And Barbados was the one that was like kind of further down. That's the only reason.
Hey man, that's sound logic.
And it was a smaller island.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cost you $1 million?
No,
Wow.
I paid with Aero points on my
Damn.
card.
How'd you get those points?
I just used my card for like 5 years, I think.
Wow. And it's culminating into this one Barbados vacation.
A little bit, but you know what, dude? I fucking used my card for like 5 years. Couldn't even get a full plane ticket. I still paid like $500 for a plane ticket. Does that make sense?
100% it does.
So I only saved $200 because when I figured out that I had to pay money too, I went on Google to see how much it would cost if I didn't have points, and it was like $700.
That's wild, dude. There's some flights and stuff that where you could do a little bit better with that exchange, but then when they add like the taxes and the fees or something
That's
like
what I was
that,
thinking. It was probably $700 plus tax, so it would have been $1,000. So I'm still,
hey,
it's
man,
not bad.
better than a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
I also noticed that we need to limit our F-bombs and swearing. I think the algorithm figures it out when we say those things.
Yeah.
And then says, hey, don't put this in front of certain people. So we might want to say like sucking.
I don't know how much we care about the algorithm.
Yeah, do we care?
I mean, who's our audience, right?
Honestly, the 6 or 7 people we know that are supporting us are homies.
It's either like we can hope that the people that like us tell other people to check us out, or we depend on freaking robots to choose if we're chill or not. You know?
Robot army, bro. I'm all about that. How can we get Elon on our side?
Oh, you want the robots?
I mean,
well
yeah.
then we gotta stop saying
Dude,
fuck.
it's like that one follower that we had.
I know who it is.
Oh my God, you figured it out? But I mean, some context here. We had a follower reply to one of our posts, but his Instagram account, he only follows 9 accounts, and we're one of them.
It's not a his, bro.
Oh, it's a hers. Damn, I can't put this together. I mean, oh my God, it's bros. That's amazing.
Second bros.
I love that. That's super epic.
Yeah.
How did you figure that out?
She told me.
And you put 2 and 2 together?
No, she was like, I left a question. Did you see it? And I'm like, I didn't see your question.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what the
Yo,
fuck?
well, we're not gonna out her with her alias name, but the alias name is totally not her real name. It was something with a J or something. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
So we can't let the people know. We got to keep it alias.
A whole separate life with that name.
Damn. It's like AI Rose. We're gonna call it that.
Online Rose.
Yeah, online Rose, even better.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'd love it if she adopts like a completely different persona and just starts talking.
Should we
shit
even
to
say?
us
I think
all the time?
online.
Yeah, online.
No, but
like,
we fucking know who it
we
is now.
know, but nobody else does. So she could troll everybody. Be kind of.
I should have done a bit of my trolling like that. I was very irresponsible with my trolling.
Yes, I remember. Because we follow and like all the same things.
Dude.
I constantly am being force-fed posts that you comment on.
Yeah, I know.
And it's,
I know. Guys, it
made me laugh out loud thoroughly.
Guys from the gym would be like, "Hey, I saw your comment. You know, it's super funny." I'm like, "Which one?" You know?
Oh man, yeah,
Crazy,
you're driving a line there.
Yeah, you think you're anonymous online? You're really not.
No,
you're really not.
Anybody
they show
can
your
find
comments to your friends.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just it's funny.
Yeah, in that context, for me, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Until you kind of got in a bit of hot water, but I thought it was great.
Yeah.
You're gonna get canceled, dude. You haven't even started.
Dude, after 10 p.m.,
Anything
my
goes.
brain just goes, "Fuck it, just say it."
Yeah.
And I got no way to stop it.
And do you get any interaction from the others? Like, is
yes,
there any back
dude.
and forth?
I get into threads.
Oh my God, you're one of
big
those.
threads. Guys fucking rooting for me.
Yeah.
Guys being angry at me.
You have like a you should have like your photo should be like you holding a flag or something, and people start like,
yeah,
that'd be dope.
Yeah, dude. So freaking Barbados.
You're gonna live
12 days. Is that too much? Am I gonna be
for
bored?
island life?
Yeah, it's a small island, right?
Listen,
and the fucking gym is open 3 days a week. That means that for a lot of days, what am I gonna do?
bro, anytime I'm
I'm
on
gonna
an
have to
island,
snorkel and shit.
You stole the thought right out of my head. You're gonna open a snorkel school. You have no
I'm
choice.
gonna-
Yes,
I'm gonna open the
you're
school.
gonna open it there.
Oh shit!
You speak English. You
Yeah.
speak the language.
I
You
think
know
they
how
all
to
speak
deal
English
with.
there.
Yeah, but of course they do. I'm not to be like condescending, but at the same time, like you understand North American culture, so people are gonna come down there. You're gonna know how to talk to them. You're gonna get them into that snorkel gear, and you're gonna become Barbados Max. That's your name. We could call
BB
you.
Max.
What is that?
BB Max.
BB Max. There you go.
Man, you know, I was actually thinking like, if I get offered a job there, whatever the job is, you know, like, hey, can you open the gym fucking 4 days a week?
Right, an extra day.
What the hell? How is there? Were you guys
Yeah.
short in staff?
It's 25% extra right out of the gates if they add you.
I think they don't care about money. Maybe. I
Maybe
think
they
like
don't have enough
it's so.
students.
You think so?
Could be.
Imagine you're always rolling with the same 10 guys that live on the island and like a couple tourists.
Ugh. That is rough. I mean, not so dissimilar from probably the situation we're living here. You know how cliques form?
Yeah.
And you're kind of always rolling with the same 15.
Man, if you're on a small island like that, you don't have a choice but to make peace with your friends, right? Because you can't get away from them. You have to accept them or what? Like
Yeah. See them at that one bar.
all
Ugh.
the fucking time.
Ugh. Ugh. Maybe we got to kill BB Max. I don't like this idea. I don't know if it's
We'll
good
see.
for you.
We'll see.
But
I'll-
definitely you're...
I'll do some snorkeling.
Yeah. Snorkeling is dope, dude.
I've never done it.
Bro, honestly, out of all the activities that I've done on a vacation, that
Yeah.
snorkeling has oddly marked me. Bro,
Yeah.
it's really wild what's under that water.
It's like a spiritual thing, right?
Dude,
'Cause
it's
you're
freaking
like,
crazy.
yeah, it's a different world.
Different world. You start seeing like Nemo stuff. You're like, whoa, what is all this stuff?
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy. It's really wild when you see
Right.
it. It's kind of I think you knowing your character, I think you're gonna be like, that was freaking amazing,
Yeah, I think I will too.
dude. It's there's something about like not when you're just kind of like in some water where you maybe see like a gray looking fish. We're talking you're gonna see like
Ah,
some colory
Gray
bastards.
fish fucking suck.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah,
That's
those gray
all we
fish
got
are like
over
the
here.
sardine looking guys. You don't want those guys.
Yeah, the ones we eat.
Yeah, those guys are for food.
Yeah.
But the ones that we go like aquarium style,
Yeah.
where you get to see the colorful guys, and then you see an octopus. You're like, what the hell? I saw an octopus.
You saw an octopus?
An octopus. I saw a turtle.
You saw an octopus?
I saw an
A
octopus.
turtle. Turtles are chill.
Bro.
Yeah.
Seeing a turtle will change you. Turtles in like an ocean or whatever is the most majestic, epic thing you've ever seen.
They're zen, right?
They're so zen. It's so wild. And they kind of float in this crazy way and they just stare at you and you're like,
You know, I think they live for a very long time,
Yeah, apparently.
like hundreds of years or
I
something.
saw that in a cartoon too.
I think I might
Was
have
it
saw
like
that in a
Finding
cartoon,
Nemo
too.
maybe?
You know, they I think. Oh yeah, dude, I'm getting all this from right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna talk about
Nemo.
currents. That's also from Finding Nemo.
Yeah, good source there.
Actually, we have a timer.
I don't know.
When do we read the questions? I have them on my phone.
You have them on your phone.
Yeah.
But I have a special request for this episode. Because earlier in class today, Shubham asked me a question.
Okay.
And I loved it.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of try and recreate it and ask you. And then we'll save some of the content for the future.
You know what we could do also for the future is record people asking the questions.
Oh my God, and we could cut to them.
Yeah, we could cut to them and we could like play it on the stream so that we can watch it and then we answer it. You know?
Wow, that's an epic idea.
By the way, we have to take a selfie before we get out of here for the thumbnail.
Ah, yes. Good old thumbnails.
Yeah.
So anyways, Shubham was telling me, hey, he was rolling with, I can't remember who, but he was in bottom side control, and the person on top started applying like a heavy crossface, started putting a lot of top pressure.
Yeah.
And eventually, like he started feeling like he was getting asphyxiated. These are not his words, but it sounded like the box was getting smaller and smaller for him, and then he just tapped. And he was asking me, he's like, has that ever happened to you? Like, have you ever had that experience where literally somebody from top side control, from their pressure, they ended up tapping you? And he was really describing like the pressure that he felt in his chest, and he felt like every time he took a breath, it started getting taken away from him when he felt more and more pressure. And then he just ended up tapping. And he was like, hey, what do you do in those scenarios?
He was in bottom half?
Bottom side.
Bottom side.
Yeah. So heavy crossface, heavy pressure from the top. And then he just literally tapped to the pressure. And he was like, has that ever happened to you?
I feel like the guy has to be like a lot bigger than you to be able to do that, no?
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
But Shubham's kind of a big guy. I don't know. I don't see who could possibly be doing that to him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I have some thoughts. I'll give you first bat at it. Like, one, like, have you ever had that experience? And two, like, what advice would you give him?
Probably did, but maybe like early white belt. You know, like if you're not conditioned, like eventually you just get conditioned to having pressure on your chest or on your face and all that, and it becomes less of a big deal maybe. Like, so if you're a newer white belt, yeah, you might feel uncomfortable or it hurts more because I don't know, like you're not used to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if he was bottom half and you're getting smushed and it's really uncomfortable that you think you're about to tap, I'd say like, could you like maybe give him a bit of space so that he can pass, and then you can try to like shrimp out and regard later, you know, to like relieve the pressure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that that's.
You know, I
greatest
just felt
thing.
that it was so relevant because that is a really white belt situation.
Yeah.
Like even you in your reply, you went back and you were like, hey, maybe at white belt that happened to me where I was in that scenario and I tapped. And when he asked me that, I kind of went back into my memory bank to be like, hey, do I ever remember a time where I was in a situation like that where I was just like, yo, this is crushing.
Mm.
And then you start obsessing over that thought where you're like, I'm getting crushed. I can't breathe. This sucks. And it's like your focus just gets more narrow and more narrow and more narrow. And you're just hyper focusing on, I can't breathe. This is hard. Like, And then eventually you just kind of give up. And when he was asking that question, like when he brought it up, I kind of thought in the back of my mind that that's very similar to when you submit anybody. Like there's a weird exchange when you apply a submission to somebody. Initially, you're kind of dealing with their whole body and their awareness. Let's say I'm applying a submission to you, Max. And like as soon as, let's say, I get, I don't know, a rear naked choke on you, as soon as I'm behind you, or a bow and arrow, as soon as I'm behind you and I start getting those grips,
Yeah.
your awareness kind of moves away from your whole body, and now you're hyper focused on your neck.
Yeah.
Like you don't really know what's happening in your feet. You're not really aware about what's happening anywhere else. Like your brain just becomes hyper focused on the part of you that I'm attacking. And ultimately, if I can get you so focused on that element that you just give up, where you're like, yo, I can't breathe, my neck is my this, or my arm is being extended in a way, you're only thinking about your elbow in that moment. You're not feeling your ankles, you're not feeling your legs, you're not feeling anything. You're just hyper focused on whatever I'm attacking, whether it be your ankle, your elbow, whatever it is. Your attention goes straight to that thing. And at one point, your attention tells you, yo, we can't keep going.
Yeah.
It's going to break, or I'm going to pass out, or I'm going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And in a weird way, what happens with Shubham from that top pressure, it's the same thing. He becomes hyper focused on the one thing that's being tightened, or that's being applied, where pressure is being applied. And then he can think of nothing else. And I think what happens when you become a higher belt is you develop the awareness to remember everything else.
Yeah.
And you don't allow the person who's applying the pressure to focus you solely on that. So you start thinking, hey,
Yeah.
what can I do to get out of here?
There might have been a frame available to him that he didn't see because he was focusing too much on the crushing. Maybe he would have been able to get his arms inside, or
shrimp,
a knee in, or
move.
shrimp, or
So
shrimp.
in a way, my response to him would be like, in those moments, you actually need to expand your awareness. You can't let somebody from pressure allow your focus to get that, to steal a French word, point two. You can't allow that. You have to stay with the bigger picture. What's happening? Where is this guy's weight? Is he allowing me space at the hip level? Can I maybe shrimp out? Can I alleviate some of this pressure? But that's kind of like what it is to go through anxiety. It's like you're just hyper focused on this one element, and then it just builds to the point where you might lose yourself. And then
was the person doing this to him also a white belt?
I really don't know who did it to him, but I'm gonna assume, just based on odds, that yes.
Yeah.
Or no, you know who it was? It was Diego. It was Diego.
Wow.
Yes, my bad. Purple belt.
Diego is kind of big.
Yeah, he's as big as Shubham, maybe a little bigger.
A bit bigger, yeah. I imagine that he could do that, and also find a deep cross face, and yeah. But also, I saw our friend from Brigada.
Which friend?
Coach's friend. You know who I'm talking about? Brazilian guy.
Oh man, there's a bunch there. Is he?
He's bald. He's bald. He has a kid. He's a bit
okay.
brown.
I don't think he's Brazilian, but I think his name is Mehdi.
But they talk Portuguese to each other.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought he was Arab.
For real?
Yeah, and his name is kind of Arab.
What's his name?
It could be Mehdi, Mehdi.
Could be.
Yeah. What's up with him?
He has a kid like
that's the guy. Bald, shaved, always competes.
Yeah, beard. Always competes.
Yeah, brown belt.
Dude, I saw him. I think you might have been there too, or maybe Rose was there. I saw him tap out another black belt or another advanced no gi guy with a crossface to the jaw.
Ouch.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I get it.
I guess it happens.
Yeah,
I guess it happens.
Definitely. But one thing is for sure, at the higher levels, this doesn't happen. At the higher levels, I mean, at the largest stages,
Yeah.
like at the Worlds or at any kind of nobody's tapping the pressure. It's just non-existent.
Yeah.
On the elite level, let's call it that. Maybe at the local tournaments, obviously, it's like, yeah, I got to go to work the next day. Do I really want my jaw to be practically broken? No. Is it worth it? No. Maybe I tap. Sure.
Yeah.
But I still think there's something deep about Shubham's question, which is like this white belt thing that they have to get over the pressure of things, and they have to realize that it's not as bad as you think it is. Your body can actually withstand so much pressure. Yeah, he has a crossface, like, and it could be terrible. But for you to tap, for you to not be able to continue,
Man, it can also be a lesson to like, don't let that person get a crossface on you, and don't let him get that crossface that deep too. You know, I think the more jujitsu you practice, the more aware you are of that crossface coming, and you put your frame up
mitigate.
to stop it. You know, so
Yeah, so there's your answer, Bam. You got to be a little bit more proactive in terms of stopping these things, but also don't let your mind kind of get hyper focused on the torture of that scenario. You need to be expanding that. You need to start thinking about solutions. You need to be thinking, hey, what can I do to get myself out of this? Whether it be like proactively or once you're in it, there's a lot of things that you can do that can get you out of that scenario. But one thing is for sure, accepting the scenario is not one of them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's how I feel about that, Max.
yeah. And you know, these things, you know, you tap the pressure of something on the world there.
Yeah, no, of course not. But
You don't have to start writing sad poetry or something,
ah,
unless you do.
I think I could write a
Sad,
poem.
sad jujitsu poetry.
Oh man, that would be really sad.
That could be a genre.
I feel like I know 2 or 3 guys in this gym who could definitely bust that out.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, Anthony.
Am I one of them?
You're the second one.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I wonder if anybody. Oh my God, your viewership and your readership for that would be really low.
Very small. Yeah, but
Very
then
small.
but then your chances of being famous go way high. You know.
What do you mean?
Well, because it's a super niche.
So that equals fame?
I mean, you're famous amongst the couple thousand people who you're the only one providing this for them.
Interesting. I think I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and start my jujitsu sad poetry page.
Fucking ChatGPT, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Me and you were using the other day. It's like endless the
I think
possibilities.
Sam told me that he has a friend who got ChatGPT to write a book, and he sold copies of that book on Amazon.
Wow.
What about that for business, dude?
Made money?
I mean, maybe a couple of cents.
Business?
Business, bro. You'd just be like, write me a book about fucking sad jujitsu poetry.
Wow.
300 pages.
I actually feel like we can.
In the voice of,
Hannibal Lecter.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld. He's coming to Montreal. Oh, yeah. Jerry Seinfeld. He's doing a show. Would you be interested in going to something like that?
Not Seinfeld.
Not so much, eh? I don't find his humor that funny either.
His show was funny.
Was it?
Seinfeld?
Mm.
Maybe it was just on in
know
a
what?
time where you didn't have a choice but to watch
No,
it.
no,
you know?
no. Sorry. I'm being crazy. I'm asking that question. It was amazing.
That was a good show.
It was a great show. I mean, the characters on that show will live on forever.
Yeah.
It was literally a 10.
Dude, you know what? When they went in that diner and there were friends eating in that diner, I used to watch that and I used to think that's all I want in my life, bro. Just a regular spot with friends, talking about our lives.
I love that you thought that.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
There's,
I'm a simple guy.
I mean, we're almost there right now.
I want a booth,
Yes, a booth.
simple food,
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple of buddies,
Same waitress,
same waitress.
Suzanne.
Who's Suzanne? Oh, in the show?
Well, no, I would just like our waitress to be named Suzanne.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like that would just apron. I mean, sorry, actually, it could be a dude. Let's go with a dude. Eric.
It's freaking 2025,
Right?
bro.
Yeah, it could be anybody. I love
You see-
Suzanne or Fran. Fran would be great too.
Fran?
That'd be a great name for our waitress.
For Fran?
I
Yeah,
think
I
Fran is short for like Francine
Okay. Or Francis?
or Francis. Yeah, you know what? There we go. So you know what? It could be, man, would I want a dude? I think I would want a dude. Better. Then we could riff a little bit. I won't feel awkward about anything.
You want to do another question?
Sure.
What time?
I don't know.
We got to keep track of time, dude.
Something has to give here.
I have no idea. We could have been here for an hour, maybe.
We can live here.
We could.
All right, let's do one.
All right, let's do a question.
You can pick this
Um,
one.
All right.
But yeah, I would love it if we can live that diner life.
We kind of do when we go to Aldo's.
It is kind of cool, man. But they don't have proper booths there.
No.
If we had a booth, we'd spend like 2 hours there.
You know, it's funny because it is the type of restaurant that normally has a booth.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't go all the way.
They didn't go all the way.
Maybe
Shout
I
out
could build
to
them for
Altos,
him.
though. Good food there. I called them once. I tried to get them to deliver us like 30 pizzas.
Yeah, it was going to be like $3,000.
It was something crazy. And then I was like, yeah, but Domino's can do it for like half the price. And he was like, Domino's isn't real cheese. And I was like, touche. But I'm still going to have Domino's.
All right.
But we can't read them all. You kind of got to choose
No,
one.
no, no, no.
Next time, I think, dude,
We're going to go by
we can
order.
have like a little box in here in this
Yeah.
little crevice.
Yeah.
With all the papers. We go scrunchy, pick one out, whatever it is. We kind of like Chinese fortune cookie
Yeah.
style. And we just go for it.
And we should have a timer for that too, you know? We should spend like 30 minutes answering these.
30?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm terrible with time. I don't know.
I mean, it could be one question that we answer for 30. You know,
30 minutes on.
It could be.
I mean, I'm in.
I mean, it's jiu-jitsu. It can get real detailed, you know?
I mean,
Or it could be questions that we just go like quick on. You know?
off the cuff. Machine gun style.
All right.
I'm in.
This one is from Vibes with Sebas.
I love Seb. Seb is my hero.
Seb?
Well, yeah, Seb, he does no gi. He wears the
Yep.
unicorn.
Does he do gi
rash
at all?
guard. He started in the gi and then he kind of transitioned.
Fucking
into
traitor.
no gi. Yeah, he traded on
Traitor.
us, man.
No
But I do
question.
love him. We're skipping your question, Seb.
All right. So his question is, if I have cauliflower ear, will I be respected?
When I read the question, I laughed.
Yeah.
But you want to know? That's a serious question.
Yeah.
It legit is a serious question. Like, Mort, I don't know. I think he just left. Dude, me and Mort went to like a business meeting where it was like a bunch of heavy hitters over there, like some guys who were worth some money. And we're in the crowd and we're just mingling. I can't tell you how many people walked up to Murtaza, saw his ears, and started talking to him, and then started talking to him, hey, do you do MMA? And then they just like got into this whole thing where they're like, I used to fight, or I used to, like, kind of trying to get themselves, on par with him in some weird way. And he would just stand there and they would just keep coming to him. So based on that interaction, the answer is yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it legit will get you respect.
I guess it depends on how how big your cauliflower ear is. The more fucked up it is, the more respect you get.
God damn, it's true though.
I mean, dude, I have a bit.
You have a bit, yes. It's like baby cauliflower. Actually, it's on the other ear.
Yeah, it's on.
That guy's not bad.
This one. It's not bad.
Yeah, I have
But
none.
freaking no one ever commented on my cauliflower ear,
It's just not enough, bro.
and I'm waiting, bro.
Yes, for that moment.
I'm taking angles, I'm trying to talk to people like this.
Yes.
Nothing.
Into my good ear, tell them.
yeah.
But
So
if you're about to roll with somebody, and you notice they have excessive cauliflower ear,
yeah,
you're gonna tell
that's
me.
a sign. Yeah.
You're literally instinctively, whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, well, I need to take this guy pretty seriously.
So respect on the mats, I think. Yeah.
100. But I mean,
Respect. I mean, I think honestly, I think people just think I have a fucking ugly ear. Like, if you don't know what it is, you're like, this guy's got a deformed ear.
I feel like yours just isn't there enough.
It's not there. I gotta
It's
work
just-
on it, bro.
Yeah, but it's
I don't know what I did to get it because I feel like I'm not hitting it anymore.
right. You need to be in those scenarios where your ears are like scraping up against somebody's
You know what I think it
forearm.
was?
Yeah.
When I used to do my over under, and I used to grab the leg and have it on the 4-pin,
Yes.
I think they would bring in their knee shield harder, and I had to move it with my elbow. So then I would rub my ear on it to try to get
Yeah.
my under.
Yeah.
So I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Me, it was anytime that somebody had me in some sort of front headlock scenario. A couple
Yeah.
of times, a couple of guys went, and I was like, all right, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm too self-conscious about my ears. I know you love it.
I love it, dude.
I can't do. I know that
I'm trying to get more of it.
if I trained that way
I'm
for
sad
a
that I'm
month,
not.
I'd be Mortaza.
For real?
Oh yeah, 100%. Some ears are just prone to it, dude. My ears are like my skin is elasticy. Everything is soft on me. It's not gonna work out. I'm gonna end up with those ears, and then I'll be able to look Seb in the eye and be like, Seb, respect me.
What do you think?
What do you think? Out of my way. You know what's the ultimate sign of respect? I think the do we have
Yeah, we got a visitor.
some information. I think Rose will catch that one.
Huh? Yeah, Rose. Rose is on it.
I think another good move is Seb. Listen, here's the truth: if you have cauliflower ear, you're gonna get respect. It's just the truth, dude. You're gonna get respect from men. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I saw it with Mort. Hopefully, one day your baby cauliflower will deliver the same, and we'll see some more of that as well.
With men, yeah. You know, a lot of guys only get it on one side, eh?
I guess.
GSP one side. You know, Sam, the guy who trains here, is he's like a white belt, but he's a wrestler.
Yes.
One side.
Weird.
Yeah. Because you know, I think you're just more prone to like using one side of your head, maybe, or you know, like if you pass more on the left side, you know, then
I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Fourier, one side.
Dude, you noticed this?
I look for it. I love that shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have never noticed that. I wonder if anybody has ever noticed that GSP, Dustin Poirier, have cauliflower on one ear.
They have it on both, but it's
But
more
excessive.
it's bigger on one, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's the answer? Does it get you respect?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, it 10 on 10
Yeah.
does. I don't care what anybody says. Dude, you're in a bar. Some guy with massive cauliflower ear starts like, I don't know, raising his voice. You're going to tell me you're not going to take him a little more seriously than the dude without the cauliflower ear? You're 100% will. That is kind of respecting him without even knowing anything about him. You're literally just judging him based on his cauliflower ear. Seb, bring your ears to the gym. We're going to take a couple of hammers to him.
We're gonna fuck him up.
We're going to fuck him up. We're going to put you in front headlocks, and you're going to get the respect you deserve.
You think you get easier cauliflower ear doing gi or no gi?
I think you'll have. Oof, I honestly don't know.
I feel like no gi, like there's no friction. You know, like gi, like if your gi gets caught up, let's say in a triangle, and you got the rough material, or like a front guillotine or a front headlock or like anaconda, and you're trying to pull it up.
Because I think like the gi game, like we don't go in so much to those like front headlocks,
Guillotines and shit,
guillotines and stuff. Like it's all like lapel chokes and like straight collar.
Triangles though.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I mean, I think that covers it. Seb, listen, you're gonna need some cauliflower. We're gonna get you the respect you deserve at home, whether it be in the gym or at home. Something's gonna happen for you. We love you. You're gonna do it.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
All right. This is the last one.
Emmanuel David. That's your.
That's my homie.
Yes, that's your friend. Eh?
Shout out to Manny.
David with the E. Is that common?
I guess so. Not sure, honestly. He's Italian. He's awesome.
All right. Oh, man, you know what? The way he wrote it, I don't know if it's a question or if it's a statement, but there is a question mark on it though.
Let's hit it.
He goes, pull guard
Little
greater
arrow.
than
Greater
right?
than, right?
Takedowns question mark.
Yes.
So I don't know if he's saying that he likes pulling guard better than taking down, but I think the question is pull guard vs takedown.
Yeah, I feel like his question is contrasting whether we should pull guard or whether we should do stand up. You know, and like, I mean, listen, everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
The meta is kind of saying like if you pull guard, you're kind of like a giant bee, and like if you stand up with somebody, it takes cojones type thing. Like that's kind of the way things are being portrayed.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's fucking child's play. That that's children talking.
but does it scratch a little
We're
something?
no,
Me, it
because I'm
does.
gonna fucking win.
You want to win, right? Tell me.
I'm gonna pull guard and I'm gonna win. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, listen, I love that you're that way. I guess I have an ego. I pull guard. I do. Like I'm stand up. I'm just not willing to accept the risks of the potential, especially like with me, knees a little older, not willing to accept those risks. But a part of me does feel I got to use the word like cowardly doing it. I don't know what it is. Like I'm just like, I'm not willing to stand up with this guy. Terrible.
Yeah, I don't feel like that at all, dude.
Oh wow, I love that. You're lucky.
Dude, because I fucking pull guard, I sweep you. Now I'm on top and I'm crushing you
Yeah.
for the next 4 minutes. You think I feel like I'm the
Less of a man.
I'm the nail? You know what I mean?
Oh right.
No. I mean, look, if the takedown's there, if I have the grips that I want, I basically have one takedown. If it's there, I'll take it.
Epic.
Right? If it's not there, it's jujitsu. I want to do jujitsu. Like, I see so many matches in competition, no gi especially, where guys are spending 4 minutes and a half fucking, grabbing necks and pushing each other off. Like, guys, we're here to. This is a jujitsu tournament.
Get on the ground.
Do jujitsu.
Right. I'm with you, dude.
I don't know, man. I think it's kind of silly to be like, to have this big ego thing and just stay on your feet for 4 minutes, or I don't know.
Well, it kind of reminds me, like in one of Malcolm Gladwell's books, like he talks about the story with David and Goliath.
Yeah.
And like the short version of that is Goliath being like this epic Hulk kind of a human, and then David being like this little small dude. Everything that Goliath says to David prior to them kind of like engaging, everything that he says is a means of bringing in David to fight the fight that Goliath wants him to fight.
Yeah.
So he kind of says things like, hey, little guy, like, come face me.
Yeah.
Like, come into close quarters with me so that, I can use my greatest asset, which is my jumbo physicality, to be able to just take you out.
To smash.
So he's egging him on to get closer. Everything, again, to apply his strength. Whereas David chooses, not to engage in that and be like, I know you're trying to touch on my ego.
Yeah.
Like trying to say, hey, come closer, challenge me like a man, whatever it might be. But he doesn't fall into that game. Keeps his distance, uses that like sock in the rock kind of thing, and then whips it around, knocks him in the head, knocks him out, walks over, cuts off his head. And I think that
you see those posters, dude, of him fucking holding the head like that?
That's it.
Yeah, it's so dope, man.
Well, in a weird way, this is kind of the conversation we're having.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it's like the guys who like to do stand-up are trying to belittle the guys who pull guard or whatnot in a means of like forcing them maybe to stand up. And if their ego takes the bait, then you're gonna get stand up and you're gonna get launched. Like if you're with Manny, like Manny is good in judo, he will launch you.
Yeah.
So
but look, like that's the thing too, It's so that David and Goliath thing, right? It's like they're both playing the art of war. Goliath knows that he needs to get David close to him to be able to grab him and smash him, right? So he's gonna try to throw insults at him to affect his ego to get what he wants, right? And David knows, if I get close to this guy, I'm not gonna win this fight. So no matter what he says, I'm gonna keep my distance and I'm gonna load my sling and attack from here, right? Man, if you're good at takedowns, you want to stay on your feet. You know what I mean? And you're trying to get those points, right? But if you're either like if your takedown game isn't there, or if your game isn't working against this person, and you're starting to think like, man, I think this guy might have the upper hand on me, and if he takes me down, he gets to the point, and you have a guard game that you're more familiar with or more comfortable with, man, you're trying to win. Like at the end of the day, it's sports jiu-jitsu.
You're right.
Pull guard, play your game, get the sweep, get on top, do your thing,
You're right.
get your hand raised. You know.
You know, I'm so happy that we've had this conversation. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It is like a soft spot on me, but you know, now that you say that, I even think that even if I had good stand up, but I go against a guy who has better stand up, am I gonna stand up? Like that would be a silly
It
mistake.
would be a fool's move, dude.
Exactly. Like it would be me acting on my ego. And I've actually seen some matches like on Flow and stuff like that, where the dude, even his energy, once the guy pulls guard, the guy standing, his
Yeah.
energy is kind of like dismissive.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you're come on, and he's trying to scratch that on the person to be like, get up, which is like a David move. And you should have more. You should have more, like, you should be more
like restraint yeah, you know, you should have more self-preservation instincts.
and just say like, yo, perfect that you don't like this. Like this frustrates you, amazing. And
yeah, for real.
this is like
Yeah.
all in like perfect.
You should use that to your advantage.
So I guess then my answer to the question, now that we've kind of like sorted it out, is it depends. You know,
Yeah.
if I honestly feel like the exchange is going to put me kind of like on the back foot, and I'm pulling guard. But if for whatever reason, I don't know, in my case, like I would have to be going up against like a 12-year-old boy, like in stand up, and I'm like, I could take him, kind of like Kramer and Seinfeld when he goes to karate school and he just takes out everybody. If I'm in that scenario, damn right I'm standing up. But in any other scenario where I feel like I'm gonna come out on the losing end of the exchange, yeah, I'm gonna pull guard, and from here on out, I'm gonna feel good about it too.
I feel good about it. I always get that sweep.
Epic. That's smart.
I like it.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Another one?
No, we covered it. We're
Yeah.
calling it.
All right.
This is it. Can't just keep. What are we? We got lives. We got to get back to
Yeah,
the real word.
That's right. Fucking boring. I got nothing tomorrow. You?
Tomorrow's what?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Dude, if you don't know what tomorrow is, you might have nothing tomorrow too, bro.
I don't know, man. Every
Yeah.
day is a big day.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
tough. Yeah. Squeeze it in. But yeah. All right, homie. Now, what's our end situation?
Do we have any dates? So, February 15th,
Montreal SAU.
SAU.
Yeah.
If you're a part of this gym and you're competing,
Let's get it.
tell someone. Maybe try a higher belt. Go through your game. You know, maybe you're missing something. It's important to have a game plan, especially if you're a white belt. You know, it's your first time competing, your second time competing. What do you think? Like, try to go through a game plan, understand the point system.
Yeah. I think if it's one of your first tournaments, then the greatest thing you can do for yourself is to understand the point system.
Yeah.
It's crazy, Max, but at blue belt, some people don't understand the point system.
That is crazy.
So if you can just be driven by the point system, I think that's like a North Star that's always going to help you in competition, because you're going to be like, oh no, if he gets up, he gets 2 points. I can't let him get up. I got to get up. Oh no, if he gets his 2 hooks in, he's going to get 4 points for having taken my back. Can't let that happen. Like, just knowing the point system could literally win you a match.
Yeah.
So if you're like in the 0 to 6 months and you're planning on competing, memorize the point system, understand it, come talk to you, come talk to me, come talk to any of the coaches. If you're in the higher kind of that higher range where like you know a little bit more about jiu-jitsu, I think at that point it's just narrowing in on your A game, and you can't have every answer to everything. You just can't. People are trying to figure out everything. It's like, leave some things to instinct.
Yeah,
Like, just
absolutely.
have
Yeah,
a couple of things that are your go-to,
Yeah.
like from like the major positions.
Anyways, that if you're white belt level, the jujitsu you're going to see is going to be white belt level jujitsu. So you don't need to know everything. You just need to know what happens on the mats at white belt, and go from there.
And I think we were saying also, like, if we can, for whoever wants this, like at that competition, if they record their matches, like part of the pod would be like,
Yeah,
us
we'll
kind
go
of going through
Yeah.
like maybe like a couple of matches, or maybe just a couple of sequences, and like just giving a little bit of feedback on those moments. I think that would be cool. So if you're interested in that, like, make sure that you get your matches recorded, send them to us, and then we could kind of
Yeah.
See if we can have that as a little piece of the pod.
Yeah. And there's more time between now and then, so maybe we'll talk about it some more.
I think so too. All right, homie.
Uh,
This
yeah.
is it. This is the walkout music.
There's no music.
Oh, we don't have walkout music?
No, we don't have walkout
I
music.
mean, maybe we got to do something like a fade.
I think we do.
I think part of it is also
I don't
just...
even. When did you listen to it the whole way through to the end? I didn't think anybody was actually gonna do that, dude.
plan for everything, man.
Okay.
All right, let's close it.
All right, cool, awesome.
Later, homie.
How long do you think we did?
I don't know. I will tell you right now.
More than an hour?